Hello and welcome to the Nonsensical Podcast. This is episode 8.
All right, everybody, welcome in to the Nonsensical Podcast. I am your co-host, Sam Wilkerson. This is the podcast of two hot guys with even hotter opinions. Now I'm going to pass it over to my co-host, Nate Hassan.
Hey guys, welcome in. Looks like we do not have any new ratings on Apple, so don't forget to go and Apple Podcast. Don't forget to go and leave those ratings, those likes, those reviews. We love hearing from you guys. Even if you want to say like, hey, we didn't like this part of the podcast, or hey, weren't a huge fan of this. Leave those reviews. Let us know. We appreciate them. Give us the 5 stars if you can. If not, give us what you think's appropriate. But no, we appreciate you guys.
I think that 5 stars is appropriate. I think that's the only appropriate number.
As far as the giveaway, we kind of talked about the last couple of times. If you guys haven't heard about it, we are probably going to be giving away some sort of gift card or maybe just straight up cash. But $20 of value. And that is going to be kind of based off of a point system. So you guys will earn points by sharing our stuff on social media, adding people to the Discord, giving us likes and ratings and reviews and all of that on podcasts. So that information will be in the Discord probably right after this. Well, I guess this is released in a few days, so it'll probably be in there before then. So if you're listening to this now, it's probably already in the Discord in the announcements page. But yeah, we will put a date on that here soon and kind of let you guys earn those points, and points will be worth entries. So we'll just kind of pick a random name and give it away to whoever wins. So get that stuff in. What is our topic this week, Sam?
Our topic this week is it's a fuzzy one, and that is social justice in entertainment and sports.
Sports is kind of entertainment, I would say.
I mean, yeah, some people might think it's entertaining.
Do you not think it's entertaining?
No, I think it's entertaining. I think that this part of it's frustrating, but I think it's entertaining for the most part.
I'd agree with that. I guess I didn't actually say anything about this before we get started, Sam, but I should probably give some sort of preface. Before we kind of jump into this, I just want to let you guys know, Sam and I obviously have pretty not controversial. That's not really the right word. Pretty solid beliefs as far as what we think. We are both pretty secure in what we think, and obviously our minds could be changed. We're open to anything, but we don't say these things to be rude. We don't say these things to be racist, homophobic, whatever else you want to say. But we do say these just because they are our opinions. They are what we think are right. They're what we think we believe in and we stand up for. So that is kind of where we are going from here. If you guys are offended by this, you're welcome to let us know. We do not mean to offend anyone in what we're doing, but we do love to hear feedback from you guys. So reach out to us by email or Discord. Don't be too rude, but let us know your thoughts on this one. So
you can send us something through our website, I think.
Yeah, there's a form on our site too you can fill out if you want. It's pretty simple.
Yep. So that being said, that disclaimer being said, I guess we'll hop into the whole justice for Johnny Depp issue.
Yes, and I don't think we'll have much pushback on this one. I think most of the internet agrees on this.
Yeah, I think this one is a pretty solid one. I mean, at one time it looked like it might be close, but I think it is pretty decided at this point among most people. So I guess we'll I'll let you start. Give us an overview of what's happening.
Sure. Yep. So I guess I can kind of read the article we have up here to kind of describe it the best way. But basically, in 2018, a libel case was filed by Johnny Depp against the Sun newspaper, and he actually lost that case. But the reason he was filing for libel was because they called him a, quote, wife beater. And he announced after that he had been asked to resign from his role in Fantastic Beasts 3, which is still, I think, being filmed. Now, that was 2 years ago, so that was a little bit a while ago. But I guess was, what was this, 2-3 weeks ago, maybe less than then, he actually did resign from that role under Warner Brothers' request. So Warner Brothers actually reached out to him and they're like, hey, resign from this role so we don't have to fire you. But it was because he was accused of being a wife beater or like having a domestic violence background against Amber Heard is her name. And she is actually, if you guys have seen Aquaman, she is the redhead from Aquaman. She's kind of the
She plays
co-lead.
Mara, doesn't she? Isn't that?
Is that her name? I can't remember the name.
I feel like that's her name.
She's kind of the co-lead along with what's his name, Jason Momoa.
I've actually never seen Aquaman. Heard good things about it.
It is a great movie.
That's what I keep hearing.
Yeah, that she's in it. Now that I've been reading through all this and learning up on it, I like it a little bit less. But it's probably one of my favorite DC movies.
She's already been axed from Aquaman 2, I think.
Well, that was what a lot of fans were calling for. I don't know that if she has. That's been in the last like 24 to 48 hours because I had not heard that. But that is what most people are saying right now. So basically, the problem is that Johnny Depp was asked to resign under these false allegations that he is a wife beater, when in reality, it's mostly the opposite. There is recordings and evidence from Johnny that she's actually the one that's been hitting him. So the big hashtag you'll see in social media right now, the one that we probably post with this recording will probably be justice for Johnny. So lots of people are calling for justice. Really, we think that that's probably the high road as far as what Warner Brothers should do. I mean, if Johnny Depp is innocent, which he has evidence to prove that he is, and he has evidence to prove that his wife is actually the abuser. She's probably the one that should be taken from her role, and Johnny should probably be given his role back. So
yeah, and it's just one of the articles I have here is talking about that his career. They keep claiming his career is over because he lost this libel case. It's ridiculous. An exact quote. I'll read the exact quote that I have here. Let me pull it up. This is from a former federal prosecutor when asked about his career, about Johnny Depp's career after losing the libel case. Quote, I predict his career may never recover. Disney has lost interest in Depp for its Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, and I can't imagine any other major studio wanting to work with him. And here's the big one. He's going to be the next Harvey Weinstein. And that is absurd. That is asinine. Yeah. To compare Depp, who has been, for the most part, I've never seen any substantive proof that, I mean, I've seen a lot of proof that he was on drugs and was abusing alcohol in their marriage, but I never saw any empirical evidence that he had abused her. To compare him to a guy who had empirical evidence that he had sexually assaulted a lot of people.
Not just sexually assaulted. I mean, there's like pedophilic stuff involved in that as well.
Yeah, there's a lot involved with Harvey Weinstein, if I can never say the name right. To take this court of public opinion case and then muddy the waters with this actually logical and factual crime is just ridiculous.
So here's another interesting aspect to this story. So Amber Heard, I was right. Amber Heard is her name. So she apparently, in 2009, was arrested with the charge of physically assaulting her then girlfriend, Van Rhee, at the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport in Washington. So there is proof that Heard was at least a suspect for domestic assault in the past. Now, it doesn't say whether she was actually charged for that. It does say that she was arrested for that.
Did you say that was 2009 or 2019?
2009. And actually, now that I'm reading, it does say below that charges were dropped. However, it does say that the accusing party does have some sort of statement here on the cops. I'm trying to read through it. It says that it was misinterpreted and over sensationalized. So maybe still some sort of assault there. Maybe it was a little overkill as far as what the cops were arresting her for. But still, I mean, even the suspicion of that before then and with Johnny's claims now, I don't know. A little suspicious to me, you know?
It is, and it's a sad situation, really. These two people that are obviously very, very broken people. I mean, we've seen both of them. He's had a lot of charges of drug abuse and alcohol abuse during their marriage. That was the big thing, is people were saying, well, even if it's not true that he beat his wife, this is a family film. He shouldn't be in Fantastic Beasts 3 because he's been abusing alcohol and drugs.
You see the amount of alcohol
that
and
hasn't.
Okay, but listen. His role in Pirates was all about abusing alcohol. You know how often he was drunk? Not literally drunk, but how often he was pretending to be drunk in Pirates? I mean, that was the entire character of Captain Jack. I mean, he's always drunk, always all over the place. He talks with a slur. Like, he is the epitome of a drunken man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the court of public opinion that we've had, like this cancel culture court of public opinion.
Yep. We can move into that.
And I think I want to start it off with the verse I've seen a lot lately in 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 3. And it's talking about in the end times people will be unloving, unforgiving, and slanderers. And that's what we're seeing here with these people that take unsubstantiated claims and they ruin people. They ruin actors. And they have nothing to back it up. Yeah. They just throw it out there. Just throw things against the wall until it sticks. Yep. That's their thing, is they just throw things against this actor until the studios won't work with them anymore. And that's just, it's sad. It's sad that we're having to live in this broken time.
And it's not even the fact that like you said something about them just throwing things against them and just coming up with these allegations. It's not even that. It's the fact that they'll go back. Obviously this is a more extreme case and you don't see it as often, but there's definitely proof that it's happening. But people will go back 10, 15 years on your Twitter account and find something from when you were 13 years old and then misconstrue that because you're 13 and you didn't speak English properly, or maybe you just didn't know, oh, what the heck am I posting? It could be taken a different way. But if you're 13 years old, really, you're going to charge a 13-year-old that? I mean, it's stupid. And the way that we're treating people now, I think, is crazy. I mean, just the restriction of speech and the hate of freedom of speech. And this is probably going to be controversial for some people. But listen, I'm the first person that'll say, this is going to be an extreme example. I'm the first person that'll say Nazis are awful people, right? Yeah, they hate Jews. So yes, they're awful people. You shouldn't hate anyone. You should be loving towards everyone. I think that someone that wants to say Jews are or whatever a Nazi would say, I think they should have the right to say that. Now, should they be saying that? No, that's an awful thing to say. Yeah. But we live in America. You have freedom of speech. You should be able to say whatever you want as long as it's not endangering someone else in the sake of yelling bomb in a theater or something like that. You should be able to say whatever you want without some sort of legal ramifications. And like I said, obviously that's not something you should be saying, but it's something you should be allowed to say. And the best example is in England, right when COVID happened, there was a kid. I think he was on Xbox Live or something. He was 13 or 14. Oh no, I know what it was. He, you know how 13, 14-year-old kids will say oh, I'm going to kill you. Xbox Live, Xbox 360 back in the day, you'd make jokes like that. This kid said something on social media to a professional soccer player who granted is 20-some years old, big dude, has so many followers. Well, he told the police and the police went and arrested a 13-year-old child because he made this joke on social media. It's gone to the point, and obviously that's England, so it's a different case. They have different laws. We are really the only country with true freedom of speech. But it's so dumb the way that they try and restrict things,
It is absolutely preposterous. Yeah. It's scary. It's scary that we could see these things coming into our home.
Yep.
In the next, I don't care who you think is going to be the next president. It's becoming widespread enough. It doesn't matter who's going to be the next president.
Yep.
Because enough people are buying into this belief system.
Yeah. In our lifetime, I can pretty much guarantee that some someone in power, someone that has the power to do it, is going to try and restrict speech in the United States. And that, I mean, it's going to start out as something like, oh, well, hate speech should be illegal. So they're going to say like, oh, if you're saying like something racist, something you'd hear in like Civil War era, like something racist like that, if you're saying that, you should be arrested or you should be fined or something like that. Like it's going to start like something like that. And it's going to be something that most people are like, okay, yeah, you probably shouldn't be saying that. But once you start taking away freedom of speech, I mean, you can start taking away lots of things.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope.
It is a very slippery slope.
It is.
Because if you can take away one amendment, how many more amendments can you take?
So far down. I think that, to go back to what you were saying about with the example of Nazis, there's a difference between condemnation and stripping rights. Yep. I think that people like that, they should be condemned.
Yep, I agree.
They should be condemned. They should be held accountable for what they say.
Exactly.
But their rights shouldn't be stripped from them and when it reaches the point that action is taken.
Yes.
If it reaches the point that their rhetoric has spawned into action, then action on behalf of the government needs to be taken.
Yeah. Or obviously, if it's something illegal, like if they're going to a Jewish community and saying like claiming they're going to kill people, like that kind of thing. Obviously,
oh yeah, there's
a difference there because that is assault technically.
Yeah,
that is illegal. That's not freedom of speech. But I think they should definitely be held accountable and condemned. But that doesn't mean that they should be held accountable in the sense of some sort of fine or jail time or anything like that, unless of course they're committing assault or something to that effect.
Yeah, I agree with this. So the next thing I have on here is some of the people that defended Depp originally that now are trying to go back and recant their stay. I mean, I don't know if they're going to recant them, but it's just ironic to see they defended him 2 years ago, and then now, once the Court of Appeal, once the tides have turned, they're ready to jump ship on it. And this is the first one I have here is from J.K. Rowling's official blog, and it is titled "The Grindelwald Casting." And it's basically just her saying that both she and the studio believed and still believe at the time of this publishing, which was December 7th of 2017, that Johnny Depp was a... Huh?
I was going to say, I'm reading through it. I found the exact part where she states that, if you want me to read it.
Okay, yeah, do it. Read it.
It says, and this is a quote from J.K. Rowling's site, so... based on our understanding of the circumstances, the filmmakers and I are not only comfortable sticking with our original casting, but genuinely happy to have Johnny playing a major character in the movies.
It's just... Also, hold on. On a very light note.
Yes.
I want to correct something that one of these stories said, and that was that he got his start in... Which one was it? Gilbert Grape? They said he got his start in one movie. Or no, they said he got his start in the 80s TV show 21 Jump Street. He did not. In fact, he got his start in the Tom Petty music video for
oh my gosh.
Into the Great Wide Open. Okay? I want to set the record straight. Johnny Depp got his acting start in the music video for Into the Great Wide Open. If anyone wants to email me about that, we will fight about that.
What? Okay, so
my mind is open to any other point I say except that one.
On another note, while we're still on the lighter topics, what do you like the Pirates movies? Are you a fan of the Pirates movies?
I've seen the first one and I liked the first one. I never really watched any of the other ones.
Oh, well, I was going to ask what your favorite was, but maybe you don't have a favorite.
The first one.
The first one.
The first one's my favorite one because that's the only one I've seen.
Is it At World's End? Is that what it's called? I like the one.
That was the most recent, right? Wasn't it? At World's End?
No, I think that's Dead Man's Chest. Is that the recent one? I don't remember. Whichever one I liked, it was the one where it was right after Johnny. Well, spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't seen the movie. So if you haven't, then skip ahead 15 seconds. But it's the one that Johnny was eaten by the Kraken. So he's eaten by the Kraken, and then the next movie right after that, it's them going to find him at the end of the world or whatever the story goes. But no, that was probably my favorite. I think it was the third or fourth one. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know for sure.
I mean, they
I think there's
replaced
like
him.
6 now. So
They replaced him as Jack Sparrow a long time ago, didn't they?
what? No,
Or
you're
they
talking
didn't
about-
replace him as Jack Sparrow. They wanted to go a different because they got Margot Robbie as the next one, didn't they?
No, he was. I mean, the one that came out in 2019. He was Jack Sparrow. So
Well, I didn't know one had come out that recently.
yeah, that was the most recent one I was
I
talking
mean,
about.
that shows how much. Oh, by the way, I made a claim earlier that Amber Heard had been fired. She hasn't. I was wrong on that.
That's what I said. I hadn't heard.
It was a rumor, and there was
check.
a petition for it.
Fact check.
Fact check right now. Fact checking myself. Twitter fact check.
I think the petition's over 1 million people now. The original petition that I saw gaining the most traction was remove her from her role in Aquaman 2.
Yeah. If I'm not careful, Jack Dorsey's going to pop out of my closet right over there and fact check me.
Oh my gosh.
Slap me with a Twitter fact check.
Oh, here you go. I literally went to Google and typed in the word remove, and the first thing that popped up, remove Amber Heard from Aquaman 2. Here, I'll tell you the numbers. It is at almost 1.3 million. That is insane.
That is insane. You know what? Since I already went on my spiel about the court of public opinion, I'm going to come out against it. Okay, I don't think we should be removing people. She lied, and that was wrong. I think she should be held accountable for that.
Yep.
But I'm tired of seeing that we need to remove everybody.
No, I agree.
If they're a good enough actor, I think they should stay in.
Yeah, no. I don't have a problem with her staying in. I think Johnny should be able to come back and whatever movie he wants. I don't think he should be canceled at all. But whatever, leave her in the movie. She's fine. She actually did a decent job in Aquaman. I enjoyed Aquaman.
Again, haven't seen it, so I don't think I've ever seen a movie with Amber Heard in it, so I have no idea if she's a good actor or not.
I don't even know.
Or a good actress.
I had never really heard of her name until the whole Johnny Depp thing came up.
I knew that she played Mara, but that was.
Anyways, but.
Let's see, Amber Heard movies. Let's see if I've seen anything.
Justice League, Aquaman.
Oh yeah, I guess I've seen her in Justice League.
Zombieland, Pineapple.
Oh, here we go. I have seen her in one because I've seen Nicolas Cage drive angry.
I know which one you've seen her in. Magic Mike XXL.
I actually have seen Magic Mike XXL.
Of course you have.
I didn't know she was in it.
Yeah, apparently. I'm just going through her movies on Google. I don't know.
Or was it that? Yeah, I have seen that. I've seen both of them.
Oh my
God. That was a story I'll tell off air.
Yeah, she's in a very wide range of things.
She's in Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
She did a movie called Her Smell, which I don't really. Is that a movie about Joe Biden? Her Smell.
So many things.
Yeah, the only ones I see are. I mean, I've seen Pineapple Express, but it's been a long time. Zombieland. I've seen Zombieland.
Yeah, I think the only two I'd seen her in are Zombieland and Aquaman 2. Or Aquaman, sorry. Not Aquaman 2.
Yeah, there's not really anything else. Nothing that stands out to me. I don't remember her role in any of these.
Yeah. All right, we ready to move on to the next topic here?
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, yeah, that was there something you were gonna say? Yeah, you were telling me about the new. What was the new Pirates of the Caribbean? That's it. What was the new one?
Oh, the name of the new one?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll look it up. Newest Pirates movie. I'm pretty sure it was Dead Man Tell No Tales. Yes, Dead Man Tell No Tales. I was right.
Okay.
2017. What the heck? It came out that long ago?
Yeah, I figured. I didn't think it came out that recent.
What? That feels like I just went and saw that in theaters like last year.
Yeah, I won't go into details with it, but the other guy that came out in support of Depp was David Yates, the director of Fantastic Beasts. I won't go into detail with it, but he basically said the same thing as J.K. Rowling.
Huh.
All right, so the next item on the docket is a little bit more recent. This week, the NFL approved a proposal to award teams for making minority hires. So let me pull this up, and I'll give you an overview of the proposal. Okay, here we go. Earlier this year, the NFL made the Rooney Rule enhancements, requiring teams to interview at least 2 external minority candidates for head coaching jobs. one minority candidate for any coordinator vacancies and one external minority candidate for senior football operations or general manager. Okay, sorry, that didn't really detail what I was looking for.
You can read the next part too. That kind of makes sense. The next little paragraph there.
The Rooney Rule was established in 2003 and originally mandated that every team must interview at least one minority candidate for a head coaching or general manager vacancy. See, now that makes sense to me. You know, it gets them in the door, partially. At least. You know, I disagree with what they've done now, but I think that originally, just getting them in the door, I mean, that's good enough.
Honestly, I think you're going to give me a weird look, I think. But honestly, I think that's racist.
Okay. I'll explain.
Why would we... This is going to sound racist, so I apologize if it does. But why are we forcing teams to look at black coaches? Like, I understand that you want to give them the opportunity, but you aren't forcing them to look at white coaches. You aren't forcing them to look at Asian coaches. You aren't forcing them to look at Native American coaches, or I'm trying to think of another, Brazilian or Portuguese. You know what I mean? Like, what is the purpose in doing that? Like, that's not benefiting anyone. If they're a good coach, they're a good coach. Race doesn't matter. No one, listen, in the year 2020, no NFL GM, no NFL owner is going to look at a black guy and say, like, oh, I'm not hiring him because he's black. An NFL commissioner, an NFL, whatever they are today, they're going to look at him and say, like, oh, that's a good coach. I want to hire him. It has nothing to do with his color of skin. It has nothing to do with his culture, where he's from. Nothing like that.
So fast. And we don't want
Sam's got a video playing on his computer.
Hold on.
Mute that.
Sorry. I hate auto-playing ads.
Yeah, they are.
It's a Best Buy ad, too. I really don't want to see a Best Buy ad. There we go. I'm trying to turn the...
Series X. No, but like I said, what's the purpose? Like, why? Like, that's not going to benefit anyone. If anything, it's going to give you a worse coach, because if you're forcing someone to look at a black coach, if you force them to hire a black coach, it's lessening the options they have. If a black coach is better than a white coach, hire the black coach. If a white coach is better than a black coach, hire the white coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not about your skin color. It's football. Play football to play football. Hire the coach that's better at coaching football, not because of his skin color or because of anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Sorry, I was looking for more details on this. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. So I got some more details on this proposal, and it's a little different than I thought. So
the enhancements they made to it, you mean?
Oh no, this is not the enhancements. That was a different thing.
This is a different rule.
This is different. This is the actual proposal. The enhancement I was just talking about with the Rooney Rule. Was
they added. I see what they did. They added an extra.
Those were at the beginning of the season. This is another proposal. Yes. So this proposal that they voted on Tuesday and they passed, it rewards any team that loses a minority coach or executive to another team, but only if that person is hired as the other team's head coach or general manager. So it's not even rewarding them for hiring; it's rewarding them for losing them.
That is, how does that make sense? How does that benefit?
It doesn't. That's your answer. It doesn't make sense. No.
I think I understand why they would say that. I don't agree with it, but I think they're going from the viewpoint of, because you'll see a lot of times you talk about coaching trees. So you talk about Urban Meyer, and you talk about all the guys that were under Urban Meyer. You've got Ryan Day, you've got Luke Fickell, you've got Dan Mullen, you've got all of those guys. So I think what they're trying to say is, if you're a head coach in the NFL and you're Bill Belichick and your OC or DC or quarterback coach or whatever is a black guy, and he gets hired as a head coach at the Jets or the Chargers, whatever, they're getting some sort of incentive because they trained up and made this black guy good enough to be a head coach somewhere else. So I think I understand why they would do something like that. It's stupid to me. It doesn't make sense. I think
it still doesn't make sense.
I feel like they should get an incentive to do that with anyone, because it's just making there be more talent. I don't know why he has to be black, but that's just me.
And look, if there's one industry in the United States that doesn't have a problem with minority involvement, it's the NFL. The NFL and the NBA.
I was going to say the NBA
no problem with minorities. If anything, look, I'm going to say this, and I'm probably going to get emails about this. If there is a minority in the NFL, it's white people.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the problems I see with the professional sports leagues, and it's more of the NFL and the NBA than anything else, and somewhat college football, but just the pandering is ridiculous. Like last year, the commissioner, what's his name? What's the NFL commissioner's name?
Goodell, Roger Goodell.
Roger Goodell. Yes, Roger Goodell. Last year, super strong on not kneeling. Like, yeah, it's un-American. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. Sure, kneel, whatever. Don't do it during the national anthem. That's the honor of soldiers. Great point. I love it. Perfect. This year, he comes around. He's like, yes, kneel whenever you want. I don't care. Do whatever you want because I want to look like I am a part of the movement. I want to look like I'm doing the right thing. The NBA is worse. Now, listen, I hate the NBA with a burning passion. The NBA is all about, listen, look, no, listen. You know how they had the social justice things in the jerseys?
Yeah.
Whatever, it's fine. I don't really care about that. Listen, some of them had stuff that say like free speech or freedom or stuff like that. They've got all these cool sayings or whatever on the back of their shirts, and the NBA is silencing people in China because they are all for China and they just want to make money. They couldn't care less about the fact that Hong Kong is under martial law right now, and Hong Kong is being torn apart by the Chinese government. They just want their money from China, and they want their incentives. They
That's a huge market. I didn't realize.
Exactly.
It was a couple years ago. I did a project on the NBA and Asian markets.
Yep,
it's huge. The Rockets. Or not the Rockets, the Warriors. The Warriors have made an unholy amount of money off of the Chinese and was it Vietnamese? I think there's two Asian markets that are huge. I know China's the biggest one, but they love basketball over there.
It's just so dumb to me, like the double standards they have. And there's videos of like these, because a lot of teams will have like, I don't know if the feeder team is the right term, but like they'll have teams that are affiliated with certain teams over here. So like the Warriors will have a team over there that's training up these kids, and if they get a really good one, they'll sign them to the Warriors.
So it's like a minor league team for baseball?
Kind of, but it's less than a minor league team because they've got the minor league. They have the, what's it called? The D League or G League, whatever they named it to.
I know they have Summer League. That's fun to watch in the summer. You ever watch Summer League? It's a bunch of middle-aged white guys running up and down the court having to stop for water breaks every 2 minutes.
College basketball part 2. No, they're like, there's videos. If you Google, you could probably find it. There's videos of these coaches just like hitting players, not just like pushing them or anything, but like smacking them and punching their players because they're not listening or they're not doing what they want. Because it's China and they can do whatever the heck they want.
My goodness. This is in China. I didn't realize that you were talking
about
I thought you were talking about the US.
I'm still talking about China. No. I'm very fired up about the NBA in China. I can't stand the NBA. The double standards they have are ridiculous.
It is.
If you want to make a viewpoint on social justice, whatever, that's fine. I couldn't care less. Do your thing. But when you're saying that, and then on the other hand, doing the complete opposite in China, that is like, sorry for my language, that is the biggest dick move you could possibly make.
Yeah, it really is. It's
awful.
Okay, I want to correct something. I got to fact check myself again. Whenever I made my comment earlier, about minority representation in the NFL, I was thinking about players and lower level. Apparently, there are only 4 head coaches and 2 general managers that are minorities in the NFL. So I guess this is ranged more to that.
I guess so. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Let me finish. I started talking about it earlier. So the 2 picks will come in over the next 2 drafts after they lose it, and they're both 3rd round picks. So they'll get an extra 3rd round pick for the next 2 years. So
if I'm Bill Belichick and I send my black offensive coordinator off to somewhere else, I would get 2 3rd round picks the next year, is what you're saying?
Yeah, here we go. Even got a handy little example in here. All right, so if the proposal passes and the Chiefs offensive coordinator gets hired to be another team's head coach next season, then Kansas City would be rewarded with 2 compensatory picks over the next 2 drafts. They would get one third round pick in 21 and 1/3 round pick in 22.
Okay, but how does that work? Do they take it from another team, or they just add a pick? So it's
I guess they just add a pick. I mean, even if they just added, it would be taking from another team.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's taking the spot.
That moves everyone else back one.
See, that's the other thing I don't get. I don't know where the NFL has gotten this idea that they can just give picks and take picks away. I thought that it was like a free market kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they took away 2 picks from the Raiders last week because they weren't following guidelines.
For a fine, wasn't it? Yep, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, they took picks away. So I don't know. I guess maybe I've never seen this before in the NFL. Maybe it's been a thing. But I've never seen the administration of the NFL taking away and giving out picks like they're candy on Halloween. I hadn't
So
seen
dumb to me. Yeah, no, it's like like fine your coaches for not wearing a mask, whatever. Don't take a pick. You know how much money one of those picks is worth? Especially if it's like a first round pick.
That could have been a really good minority player for that team. Maybe he won't get picked.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
No,
You're
I mean
taking
like
away opportunities.
you're taking away Justin Fields. No, they don't need Justin Fields there. Hey, Justin Fields is going to Jacksonville.
I hope Justin Fields goes to the Jets.
The Jets. Oh my gosh. I would murder someone. Trevor Lawrence is supposed to go to the Jets. That's fine. End Trevor Lawrence's career. I don't care. But bring Justin Fields to Jacksonville. I'll be happy.
Oh. Yeah.
What's that next one? NHL?
Yeah, I guess we'll talk about the NHL now. This one, I don't really have as much of a solid lead on this one because I heard some solid figures earlier in the week, but now I can't find them. So basically what happened, the NHL, they've made a couple of Black Lives Matter stances, I guess you could call them, during their delayed postseason. They delayed the playoff games like 2 days, I think, as a quote-unquote moment of silence because that was that during one of the big riots or one of the
what was the date? I could probably tell you.
I think that would have been at the beginning of when they restarted. I don't have the date in front of me. So I would guess August, maybe. Know. August?
Yeah, I think there was.
Yeah, that was during because there were a bunch of riots.
I mean, there's been riots. There's been riots going on. Yeah, when you
coming up there to Columbus.
Yep.
And we rode around and we saw some of the damage from the riots in Columbus.
Yeah, that was right after the riots were everywhere. There's still, don't get us wrong, there's still riots happening. Social media. Mainstream media just doesn't cover. There's been riots happening since COVID started, but yeah, no, the big chunk of riots everywhere was I think August, right before August. July, August. Yeah, I think it was in July. I'm pretty sure. Yes, no, it was July because now that I think about it, I remember listening to a podcast and they were talking about how they were blaming the COVID spikes on 4th of July parties instead of the riots that had thousands and thousands of people in the streets without masks on.
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous. The hypocrisy right now, and especially you're seeing it now because they had the big Joe Biden parties the other day when they declared him the winner.
Yep, and now they're like, "Oh, you can't have Thanksgiving."
Yeah, Lori Lightfoot. 5
people in your house.
Have you seen the photos and videos of Lori Lightfoot, the Chicago mayor?
Oh, okay. It's not just her. Literally,
well, this is the most hypocritical example I can think of at the moment of her coming out and telling Chicagoans, I don't know how to say their.
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about.
To cancel their traditional Thanksgiving plans. That they're not mandating it, but they're putting an advisory out.
Yep.
And then just cue the montage of her screaming into bullhorns at Biden rallies, and Biden with her mask off, and everyone around her has got their mask off, and there's probably 200 people in the area around her. But you can't go see your family for Thanksgiving because it's too dangerous. It's just too dangerous.
Yes.
What do you want? Do you want the children to die? Is that what you want?
Yes. The California was doing the same thing. I don't know if this is the right person or not. I tried to Google the mayor or something. Maybe it's not the mayor. Is it the governor of California?
Yeah, Gavin Newsom. Comrade Newsom.
Yep, he was another one of them. He was one of the other.
Yeah, he's mandating it, isn't he? You can have up to 10 people.
They were saying
can't be from more than 3 households.
Yep, they were saying police would break into your house and separate people. Scary stuff.
Wonderful. Are they taking them to re-education summer camps?
I don't know.
It's a fun and magical place.
Listen. They took away their gun rights a long time ago.
Ooh, come on down to the train station, kids. Hop on the train. We're going to summer camp.
Hey, listen. I'm just going to drop these facts in here and take them or leave them. Think what you want. Before Hitler killed all of the Jews that he killed, about 5 years before, took gun rights away from the entire country. Yep. Before Stalin killed 20,000 people in his own country, took guns away from the entire country 3 years before. Before China killed about 30 million of their own people, took gun rights away from the entire country. What do you think our country is trying to do now? Now, I'm not saying there's a mass genocide coming. I'm not saying they're going to try and kill everyone. However, with that being said, they should not be taking guns away. Guns are there to protect the rights of Americans. And if you look at what the founding fathers said, they said these rights shall not be infringed. My views are very different from some people's. I think that the ATF should be abolished. As far as the firearm side of it goes, it should be the AT. Alcohol and tobacco. Yeah. But the F side of it should go. But it's scary what's happening right now. And like I just said, California, they have very, very strict regulations when it comes to guns. And now they're taking away other rights people have and telling them who they're allowed to meet with and who they're allowed to have dinner with. Scary stuff, man. I mean, police breaks in your house, tries to arrest you for spending time with your grandma. What are you going to do?
Well, if you want to really...
Not even a police. Well, imagine if some social justice warrior comes to your house and they're like, hey, get out of your house. There's too many people in there. And they have a gun outside because they do what they want and they're illegal. And you don't have anything to defend yourself because California took away anything larger than a 7-round clip?
Yeah.
Which the average person takes, I think I read 4.5 rounds to hit their target. Now, you and I could probably hit them in less, but the average Californian that doesn't go to the range often.
Oh, yeah. The average person that just buys a gun and sticks it in the drawer in case they ever need it.
4 or 5
never
shots
shot it before.
Just to hit one person.
Yeah.
There's a mob of people outside your house. What are you going to do?
Yes, you're going to spray and pray. Run the other way. Hope Comrade Newsom doesn't hunt you down. Yeah, if you want to really be scared, there's a really good book called "How Do You Kill 11 Million People" by Andy Andrews.
Oh my!
And it's about the propaganda that Hitler used to get the Jews into the camps. But it's "How Do You Kill 11 Million People" by Andy Andrews. It's really good. It's short. It's like 70-something pages. If you get an audiobook version, it's like an hour and a half, maybe. But it is very ominous.
Hey, listen, all I have to say is that Hitler was not a dictator. Hitler won the presidency in Nazi Germany.
He was very.
He just changed people's minds. He's like, oh, this is what I think is right. This is what you should think is right. And he tricked people into voting for him, and then he did whatever the heck he wanted because he had double standards. The only advice I have for you guys, look at who has double standards now. Look and see, and this could be for the left or right, this could be for independents, this could be for third party, whatever. Double check everything you read, double check everything you hear. Don't believe something because it's coming from CNN. Don't believe something because it's coming from Fox. Don't believe something because it's coming from The Blaze or The Daily Wire. Check your sources, read the facts, check everything you see. Don't just take people's word for stuff anymore. You have to think independently. Otherwise, history will repeat itself.
Yeah, I don't vote party. I vote my beliefs, my biblical beliefs. That's why I told you this. And I came so close to voting for Kanye West on the ballot because he was on the ballot here in Mississippi.
He got a couple thousand votes there.
I looked up. Yeah, he got a bunch of votes down here.
Yeah.
But I looked up his vice presidential candidate, and she looked so insane. I was like, I can't vote for this lady. But because Kanye came out and he said first thing he was going to do is ban abortion by executive order.
Oh my!
And I was like, yes, this is
a good stance to me.
Yeah. So that I say I came so close to voting because I mean Mississippi's hard red anyways.
Yeah,
they wouldn't have missed my vote. They wouldn't have missed it much at least.
All right, here you go. Here are the stats I was talking about, and I'm trying to get them before my computer refreshes itself. There we go. Okay. 1929, the Soviet Union established gun control. From 1929 to 1953, 20 million dissidents rounded up and murdered. 1911, Turkey establishes gun control. From 1915 to 1917, 1.5 million Christian Armenians rounded up and exterminated. 1938, Germany establishes gun control. 1939 and 1945, 13 million Jews and others rounded up and exterminated. 1935, China established gun control. From 48 to 52, 20 million political dissidents rounded up and exterminated. 64, Guatemala. 81 to 84, 100 million Mayan Indians, I did say that right, rounded up and exterminated. 1970, Uganda, 71 to 79, 300,000 Christians killed. 56, Cambodia, from 75 to 77, 1 million educated people rounded up and exterminated. So it's not just the instances of the big name people you see. I mean, Uganda, Cambodia, Guatemala, Turkey, places you like you don't even think of. And like 3 times I read there, Sam probably noticed, 3 times I read there it said the word Christians. So it's not just because they think that these people are causing political issues. This is just like a difference in beliefs.
Christians weren't persecuted as much in Hitler Germany, but they were still persecuted.
Yep.
They still were targeted and made to identify themselves.
Yep.
They weren't persecuted to the level that Jewish people were persecuted. But yeah, back to what you were saying. What's the modern day Democratic Party saying now? What's people like Beto O'Rourke saying? Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15s. That was a direct quote. Excuse my language. What are they? Yeah. They're not hiding it. They're not saying, oh well, we think you'd be no. Yeah, we're going to come in your house. We're going to take them. Yep. You better be ready. We're coming in.
Yep. The other thing is like, I mean, people, and this is going to sound bad, but like a lot of people vote for these guys and they don't even know what they're talking about. Like, Beto O'Rourke was a good example. Do you think you could take him into a Cabela's or a Bass Pro Shops and have him point out an AR-15? No, you cannot. He would probably point at a shotgun with some sort of a foregrip.
Yeah,
that's probably what he would point at. He'd probably say, "Oh, that's a fully automatic assault weapon." Okay, first off, everything in here is semi-automatic or bolt action or lever action or something. There's nothing fully automatic inside the store because that's pretty much illegal unless you have a tax stamp, which you can only get from certain stores. You got to pay money to the government. You have to go through excessive background checks. Even if you're just buying a normal gun, there's a lot of background checks you have to go through. Like, they don't understand. And the thing that I've heard from, and if you go to Joe Biden's website, it says it on his specific website, but it says that he wants to, first off, ban the online sales of anything firearm related. So guns, ammo, parts,
that's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot of money, first off.
Yeah.
That's going to destroy the economy when it comes to firearms. So those of you that are paying 60 cents a round right now for 5.56 ammo and think that's a lot of money, just wait in 3 years if he passes something when you're paying $3-4 a round for quote military grade ammunition.
How about those of you like? I'll give this example. Whenever I came up for your wedding, one of your friends asked me to bring him some ammunition from down here because there's none in the stores.
Hold on.
There's none in the stores down here. There's only one store down here. I thought.
No, hold on. Stop talking for a second. Trust me.
Continue.
Hypothetically, one of my buddies asked Sam to bring ammo up from Mississippi. So hypothetically, Sam could do that, and he might have brought it up. But it's all hypothetical. So who really knows?
Is that illegal?
I
was out on a boat whenever they said Joe Biden was elected, and I just I lost all of my guns.
Yep.
I don't know.
I know
all of my guns in the river. Yep. It's sad.
It's all gone, man.
I don't know that I'll ever be able to find them. Or I'm sorry, all of my eggs. That's the thing now.
All of your eggs?
All the eggs, yeah. That's how I see people. Hey, you got your eggs loaded? Eggs loaded in the house, ready to go?
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of funny stuff coming out of this. But yeah, I like to be. We've been really down this podcast about everything that's going on. I like to be a little hopeful. I think that Christians are called to be hopeful in the face of this.
I agree. Yeah.
So I think it's fun to have fun with these things and talk about all my guns fell in the river. Guess I'm never going to find them again.
No clue where they went, man.
I think the Christians should be informed, but we should stay hopeful.
Hey, listen, when I was in a boat and that thing tipped over and I lost them, I hit my head so hard. I don't remember where I was. I don't know what temperature it was outside.
I don't know what river it was.
I don't even remember going home. I don't even know how long it took. I just remember I lost them in the water. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Go trudge the river. They're not here.
Oh man, yeah, we got real off topic there, but it's fine.
Where were we?
Ryan Lochte.
Oh yeah, let's just go to Ryan. I don't think I ever finished the NHL thing, but it's a dead lead anyways. Let's just go to Ryan.
Yeah, the NHL's a mess. Hey, fun fact though, I got Sam to be a Blue Jackets fan, so.
Yeah, I mean, I still got my Flames stuff, but I'll root for the Blue Jackets.
I like the Flames too. You don't really have hockey as much down there as we have it up here. So.
Oh no, we have the Predators, and I think there's a couple teams over in Texas.
How far is the Predators? Is that like
Predators? 5 hours.
Okay.
Give or take 5 hours.
Pretty far.
Yeah.
So like 8 hours for me. Oh, 8 hours. You're about 8 hours for me then.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it was 9.5 with traffic. The traffic just isn't as bad between me and Nashville as it is from Nashville to you.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Cincinnati sucks.
Because you got to go through, Nashville, Louisville,
Yep.
Cincinnati, and then Columbus. So that's
Columbus
4 big traffic
sometimes,
things.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Sam's a big Flames fan first, and then a Jackets fan, and I'm a Jackets fan, and then a Flames fan.
Yeah, I've never watched hockey before I went to Canada, and so a lot of people
now he loves it.
I wear my Flames stuff down here, and people are like, "Oh, you a Canuck? You from Canada?" No, that was where I was introduced to hockey. So, what am I going to be, a Predators fan? I've never seen the Predators.
When Sam was here, I think it was for my bachelor party. There was one night he's like, "Hey, the Flames are playing. Can we go watch it?" I'm like, I don't get it on TV, but sure, whatever. We went to B-Dubs at like 11:30 to watch the Flames game.
They were closing at like 12:30.
Yeah,
We caught the last
waitress,
5 minutes.
We were the only people there. The waitress is like, "Do you want anything?" We're like, "Yeah, sure. Give us some food and drinks and stuff. Watch some hockey." She probably thought we were super Canadian or something.
We watched a lot of. We watched the end of the Blue. That was the Blue Jackets game that they went into
7 overtime.
Yeah. So we were watching that on one screen, and then we had the Flames going on the other one, and I think the Crew was playing on one TV.
No, it was Minnesota United and something.
I knew it was,
but it was definitely the MLS, which you don't really get done there either. So
yeah, no. If I did root for an MLS team, it would either be the new Nashville team or the Crew.
Oh, I forgot Nashville got in.
Yeah, Nashville.
You don't like Atlanta?
I mean, I don't really like any Atlanta teams. I don't like except the Braves. Ooh.
Except the Braves.
Except my
Sam
Braves.
says that with his Braves shirt.
I am a huge Braves fan. If there is a pro sports team that I actually really care about, it's the Braves or the Saints. One of those two.
Yeah, you are a big Saints fan. I forgot about that too.
Yep.
Louisiana doesn't. Well, there's not really any MLS teams in that area. Austin, I guess. Texas has 3 teams now, I think.
Is Austin between?
I don't know. They have
Dallas.
Austin.
I think Dallas is the closest one.
Is it Dallas, Austin, and Houston all have teams?
Whenever I went to Oklahoma a couple of years ago, and I know we went through Dallas. I don't remember going. I think Austin and Houston are both on the other side of Dallas. So
hold on.
I think Dallas.
I'm looking up a map of Texas. I know Houston.
You're probably going to see that I'm wrong because geography is very much so not.
Houston, I think Houston's closest to you. Houston and Dallas are like almost the same distance, like west, but Dallas is a lot farther north. So Dallas is almost in Oklahoma.
That is true.
Houston is on the water. Houston's on the water, really close to Louisiana. So that's probably the closest, I would assume. And then Austin is.
Oh yeah, that is close. I just didn't go through that because we went we went west and north through Louisiana to get to Oklahoma.
Yep. Say that again. So, what state did you just say?
Louisiana.
Say it slower.
Louisiana.
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 I'm saying the E part. It talks so fast through there that you're not hearing it. Louisiana.
No, it's just that southern accent.
Yeah. I mean, for a lot of people, it turns into Louisiana because they skip the
That's what it sounds like.
They go to Louisiana. Louisiana.
Yep, that's what it sounds like.
It melds together. I told you it's like dank none. Dank none.
Yeah, no, I was in Canada, and Sam's mom, I don't know what we were talking about, but she said dank none. I'm like, what the heck did you just say?
It turns into one word. It goes.
There are not any, Sam.
There ain't none. There ain't none.
No, it wasn't just ain't none. It was daint none. It started with a D.
It turns into one word. It starts with a D. It's like who dat? And then y'all tried to tell me that they stole that from the Bengals.
It's a Bengals saying.
That is false. False.
Who day is the Bengals?
Who day is the Bengals? But also, did you see the article I sent? They stole that from they ripped that off from the Saints.
Oh my god!
The Saints started saying who dat in the 80s, and then who day started in the 90s.
It's okay. The Browns were better in the 80s, anyways. The Browns were the best team for a long time, so they got moved to Baltimore.
Curse of Cleveland, isn't that what you call it?
Hey, yeah, the curse of Cleveland is real. So Sam doesn't know what I'm talking about when I say that. The Ohioans listening are probably laughing at him right now because every Cleveland team has awful luck. The Indians make it to the World Series for the first time in 40-some years, I think. Maybe 50 or 60. I don't even know. Forever. Lose it. I think they're up 3-1 in the series, and they lose 3-1. The Cavs finally get LeBron back. They win a championship, and now they're the worst team in the league, and they have been for 2 years now. Awful, awful team. The Browns. When's the last time the Browns won anything? They went to the playoffs.
They got a winning record now.
They do, and they went to the playoffs like 2-3 years ago, I think, but they lost. I know that.
They have a winning record, but they're about to have to call off their game this week because of COVID.
Yep. It's something. The curse of Cleveland is real. No one listened.
I mean, it sounds a lot like the curse of the Bambino to me, but you know.
No. Curse of Cleveland is something different. You just Google Curse of Cleveland. It is its own thing. Trust me. Clevelanders will tell you. What was I going to say, though? You distracted me. Dang it. It was something about the Saints. Oh, you know Bama, my buddy Bama.
Oh, yeah.
He says, the one that I mess with him about, he says, say oil.
Oh?
Say old.
Old.
Yeah, they sound the same.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I say. Bama, say oil. Oh. Say old. Oh.
Yeah, my accent isn't that thick, but it gets really... Look, you should hear my accounting law teacher this semester is from the coast in Louisiana, so she has a Cajun accent.
Oh, my.
And hers is dollars.
Cajun.
It's not dollars, it's dollars. Dollars.
So it sounds like Ed Ogeron's accent.
It is really close toward.
Is he from Louisiana?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's Cajun.
Okay. I thought he was from that area. I just didn't know.
Go Tigers.
Big Cajun.
He is big Cajun. There are a lot of. You'll see what I mean whenever you finally make it down this way. I'll take you to Louisiana, or if you fly into New Orleans.
That's probably.
You'll see what real Cajun sounds like. You're not going to understand what they're saying probably, but you'll see what it's like.
No, I'm pretty good with understanding. Like I told you, I have some family that's from Alabama, so I understand my fair share of Southern accents. Anyways, Ryan Lochte. Ryan Lochte apparently is coming back to swimming. That is the headline. In 2018, here you go. 2018, he was suspended for 14 months after posting a photo of himself receiving a vitamin injection at a dosage over the allowable limit. The repeated hits to his good guy image were incalculable. His quote here is, "I feel like inside I want to prove everyone wrong," he said. "I want to do it for myself. I guess this year is way more important than any I've ever had." So he is wanting to come back, and he's wanting to come back with a vengeance.
Oh, I remember this. I'm sorry, I'm reading. I remember this incident they're talking about at the 2016 Olympics, where he said that he and a couple other guys were robbed by police.
And they actually weren't. Yeah. Was it by police? I thought they said they just got jumped.
Yeah, no, it says he grabbed international headlines after claiming he and 3 teammates were robbed by armed men with police badges.
Oh, pretending to be police. I see.
Yeah. And then in 2018, he was suspended for what you said.
Yep. Yeah, Ryan Lochte just doesn't have the greatest record when it comes to
what vitamin was he taking? Was he taking a Sunny D shot? What is this?
Yeah, the way
what's he taking that can be harmful to get an unfair advantage as well? What could he be taking?
I'm trying to find it. Yeah, because vitamin's a very strange word to use.
Yeah,
it says he was using an IV to inject them, so that's some hardcore stuff there.
IV.
It's got like a drip thing next to
a drip of what's that stuff that you take? You dissolve it in water whenever you're sick. You know, airborne. Get an IV of airborne.
Oh my gosh. I can't figure out what he was taking. No, it just. They got IV infusions in Gainesville. Go Gators. That's where the swamp is, by the way, if you didn't know that, Sam.
Oh, I thought the swamp was in D.C.
Lochte said he took the IV because both he and his wife and son were ill and recently visited hospitals. That he didn't want to get sick as well. Oh, sorry. His wife
he really was taking an IV of airborne.
Well, no, he says he said the IV contained B12 and other vitamins that could be purchased at any pharmacy. He and his wife both got IV infusions at Gainesville.
So what's the harm? What is it? What kind of advantage did that give him?
I have no clue. And he actually
just that he was going to be healthy.
On record, he says, "I have never taken a prohibited substance. I have never attempted to gain any advantage over my competition by putting anything illegal in my body. I would never do that." I think the reason he was questioned more than anything is just because of his because what happened in Brazil, they just don't take his word for it as much as they might other people. Didn't Phelps get in trouble for doping though too?
I mean, for smoking it, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
I thought he was doing roids or something like that.
No. I mean, he may have been, but I think was there like a picture of him ripping a bong? I think that was it.
Yeah, no, I think you're right about that. But I for some reason I was thinking he was actually injecting something into himself.
Yeah. Let's see.
It will be 26 of the Tokyo Games, which, FYI, are canceled. There will be no Olympic Games this year.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, they should have been. I'm pretty sure
This
they
is
were
from
winners.
this is from today.
What does it say?
This article that you had in here is from today, and I'm assuming that's
really?
what you're reading for. Reading from.
Yeah, November 14th. Yep, this is it.
And it says that he's going to try and make it on for the Olympics that are canceled.
Well, no, I had another article.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
At 36, Lochte is taking aim at making a 5th U.S. Olympic team, easily the oldest swimmer on deck.
He'd be 36. Yeah, that's pretty old for an Olympic swimmer. That's pretty old. Phelps retired at 38, I think, 37.
Surrounded by youngsters who he jokes were in diapers when he won his first gold medal at the 2004 Athens Games. Which is probably right. What are the youngest ones, like probably 16, 17?
Yeah, maybe. I feel like that might be too young. I'm thinking maybe like 19-year-olds. But if you're 19, he would have been...
In 2004, yeah, 19. That
he would have been
2001,
17.
so that would have been 3.
Lochte would have been 17, so... Huh. Well, anyways, our next topic here is...
Our final topic, COVID
and college football. So I actually had another thing I was going to talk about, but I haven't told Sam yet. But yeah, the first part of this is opt-outs. So we've seen a lot of people opt out of the 2020 season because of COVID. So my thoughts are kind of discussing the bigger name ones and maybe talking about where the teams could have gone if they had them, or if this were a normal year, would things look any different? I'm kind of scrolling down this list I have. The biggest one that I see at the moment, I know there's a couple more, but the biggest one I see on this list so far is Jamie Newman at Georgia.
Hey, I see 4 University of Southern Mississippi players.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yep, to the top, baby. I got my beanie on. We got a game starting in 10 minutes against Western Kentucky. Probably going to get beat. Yep.
I don't know. I keep forgetting today.
Not feeling very confident in our abilities.
Yeah. So the biggest one I see first here is Jamie Newman. I think that's a huge blow to Georgia. You guys have all seen the issues they've had at quarterback this year, and just the inability to have a quarterback that can perform at the level they're used to. And I'm sure they regret the keeping of Jake Fromm over Justin Fields, because they could have Justin Fields right now. They would be the number 1 team in the country by far. But Jamie Newman is a huge hit to that program for sure.
But next year, they'll have him next year. He's got that, unless he decides to hit the draft instead of take that extra year of eligibility.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I don't know.
I don't think he's well enough known to hit the draft this early.
If he entered the draft, he would go late in the draft, or be picked up as a free agent. Yeah. LSU, Jamar Chase, that's a bigger one. Now, LSU's a mess anyways, but like I told Sam before this, I'm pretty sure what I had read was they had 3 returning starters in the entire team from last year. So that's why they've sucked this year, if you guys didn't know that. Losing one of those 3 returning starters is more of a blow than you might think, even though it's just one player,
I mean, at least it's not as bad as UCF.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that in a moment. Well, we can cover UCF now. That's fine. UCF lost their entire offensive and defensive lines. So there's that. But yeah, look, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, offensive, defensive. They lost their quarterback. They lost 3 defensive backs. And that might be it. But no, they are not having a good year. So UCF.
No, that's not good. Not good for them. I don't see any from Cal. I see a couple from Washington State.
I was going to say something about Maryland. Maryland's been playing really well this year, and they are down like 5 players, including a senior quarterback, and multiple linemen, and a couple of secondaries in the defense as well. So They've been playing well, all things considered, you know. Dylan McCaffrey, quarterback at Michigan, was a big one for them. Now, I'm not giving them an out. Don't get me wrong. Michigan is awful, and Jim Harbaugh should be fired at this point, especially if they lose today. I haven't been watching. I don't know who they play today. Wisconsin. Oh, is that actually going to get played? Yeah, tonight at 7:30. Yeah, if they lose tonight, Jim Harbaugh's career in Michigan has to be over.
I see one on here. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think that he came out hard. I think that whenever Harbaugh got there, he came out big. But the standards there, what's the two big benchmarks for the Big Ten? Beat Ohio State, win a championship.
Well, it's not even the standards for the Big Ten. The standards for Michigan are just to be like, you probably don't understand as much as some people do, Sam, but like that is the biggest rivalry in
I've seen a little
almost
bit.
all of sports. Yeah, no. Like if you're a Michigander in Ohio during the game of during the week of the game, you're gonna get berated. You're gonna be attacked. Like it's.
I don't know if you've seen a little thing called the Iron Bowl. Alabama, Auburn, but that gets pretty intense too.
Listen, Michigan, Ohio State is another level. Like if there's a car with Michigan plates in Columbus around that time, I've seen cars broken into. I've seen cars like lit on fire. Like there is crazy things that happen because they just hate each other with a burning passion. The Ohio State players said they want to score 100 points on Michigan this year, just because they can't.
I mean, they can.
100% happy to see it. Yes, I would be ecstatic watching it. The other, I had another point in college football. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Here's one on Mississippi State. I mean, they'd probably still be losing, but they lost their running back, Kylan Hill.
The other, I had another thought on college football. Are the Final Four locked in?
I think so. I don't think that. I don't know. I'd like to see
someone else get a chance.
Who was it?
Florida.
No, not Florida. You and your Gators. Slither back in the swamp.
Hey, okay. I'll go ahead and say your thing because I'm going to answer the question I just asked, but it's going to be based around Florida. So you go first.
Either Cincinnati or BYU. That was the ones I wanted to see.
Oh, yeah, but I don't think they'd make it unless there was a 6 or 18 playoff anyways. No. I don't think there's any realistic chance for that.
Yeah.
No, listen, my answer to the question is yes, but. So yes, it's locked in, but.
But you think they're going to switch around the order?
Oh, yeah, definitely that's going to change. But listen, Florida, no, you're good. Florida's going to the SEC championship game. The only way Florida would not make it to the SEC championship game is if they lose 2 more games and Georgia wins out, which I don't know if you guys have seen the rest of Florida's schedule. It's a cakewalk. Most of our hard games were in the beginning of the year. We have Arkansas today, and I think that's...
hey, you never know with Arkansas. Felipe Franks is at Arkansas.
He is, yeah. We have Arkansas, Vandy, Kentucky, Tennessee.
Are they playing yet? When do Arkansas and
7
Florida play?
They play 7. Yep, that's a later game. But no, Florida's going to the SEC championship game. Now, Florida beat Georgia by a higher margin than Alabama beat Georgia. And Florida has proven time and time again that their offense, I think, is more lethal than Bama's offense. Now, Florida's defense is lacking, don't get me wrong. It sucks right now. It's getting better, though. If Florida can beat Bama, I would not be surprised if I saw Florida in at that 4th spot in the playoffs. The other option I would say is something crazy happens and Texas A&M finds their way in, but it's...
Well, I don't know. Their games are getting canceled. They're rescheduling on championship day, so there's no way they can.
They already lost to Bama. No, they wouldn't be able to because they'd have to go to the SEC championship game. Unless Bama lost 2 games. That'd be the only way A&M would make it in.
I don't see any other team. I don't know what the rest of Bama's schedule looks like. Let me look at it.
I'll tell you. It's probably a cakewalk, I am sure. Kentucky, they play Auburn still. They're not the greatest. Kentucky, Mississippi State, they already played. Kentucky, Auburn, and Arkansas. Why do they only have 3 games? Florida has more because we postponed the LSU game, so we pushed that back to the end of the year. That's right. I forgot about that. And I think Bama might have another bye week built in there somewhere as well.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, Florida has 5 more. Bama only has 3, but I think Bama has a bye week, and Florida had to reschedule that LSU.
See, I don't see how they're gonna, because Bama's already got a game rescheduled for December 5th. So, or they have a game scheduled for December 5th. I don't know when they're gonna reschedule this LSU game for, unless they put it on the 12th, because they would have to reschedule it on the 19th if they didn't put it on the 12th.
You're talking about LSU, Florida?
LSU, Alabama.
Did they not play already?
No, that's the joke I made was.
Oh wait, that's supposed to be played today.
Ed Orgeron's been sneezing in his player's mouth, so he doesn't have to play Alabama.
Yeah, I forgot that was today.
Yeah, yes. that was the thing.
It can't be the 12th because that's when they play Florida. Florida plays LSU.
Oh,
unless they have like a. Hey, listen. LSU play an 8:00 in the morning game. Get through that Bama game. Go right on to the 3:00 start at Florida.
God.
You're gonna lose. You might as well lose 2 back.
Might as well lose 2 in a day. Go big or go home. But yeah, then there's no way that Alabama and LSU can make up that game, because
I don't.
They would have to put it on the 19th, and 19th is championship day.
I thought the committee pushed it back another day or 2. Or you mean SEC championship again?
SEC.
Yeah, because the original day for the playoff selection was the 19th, I think, and they pushed it back to like the 23rd.
Yeah, because they're having to put makeup games on championship, which is dumb. Yep. Nobody's going to watch a makeup game on championship
December 12th is going to be a great day. Florida, LSU, Ohio State, Michigan.
Florida, LSU is going to be a non-compete. That's going to be. It's just going to be a beatdown.
I'd say great day because it'll be fun to watch Florida smack LSU.
That's going to be 2 beatdowns,
like their little brother or something. Yeah, no, the Michigan game is going to be ugly too, but it's always fun to see Ohio State beat the team up north.
Oh my God, they call them the team up north.
Yeah, TTNU. TTUN.
State calls Ole Miss T-Sun, the school up north.
The school up north. Yeah. No, a lot of Ohio State fans, you won't even hear the word Michigan come out their mouth. They'll say the team up north or that team. They don't even say the word Michigan.
I can't say some of the names that people have for Ole Miss. They're not appropriate for podcasting.
Well, I think we ended on a lighter note. Do you have anything else to add before we wrap this one up?
I don't think so. Honestly, we've gone longer than I thought we would. Yeah,
I think we kind of finished it out pretty well there with college football. Something a little more fun in the COVID days.
Yeah, something light. We kind of started off heavy, so we needed to get light at the end.
Don't go give us 1 stars and reviews. Don't go give us 1-star reviews because of it.
Yeah, listen all the way through. 5 stars is the only appropriate response.
We would love to have a conversation with you, even if you don't agree with us. And if you're listening this long, you at least are interested enough to talk to us. So reach out to us on social media, email us, whatever you guys got to do. I guess as we're wrapping up, join the Discord. I believe it's on the website. If it's not, it will be by the time this is posted because I will fix that.
If it's not, then it's on our socials, and it's a permalink on our socials.
Yes, so it is. And we have a fun time in there.
And we do
have a very fun time in there.
The other day we had a discussion about if Die Hard is a Christmas movie or not.
Yep. We talked about the new Mandalorian. Jeremy sends pictures of his dog just about every day, so that's a fun one too. So lots of fun.
Somebody's dog had a parrot on it the other day. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Yeah. Yep.
Well, I guess that's all. We have for today.
Thank you guys for listening.
Thanks for listening.
We appreciate your guys' support.
Have a great day.